I normally don't make YouTube videos anymore, specifically because I've just shifted to being a streamer. I'd rather just sit in front of my chat while playing a game I enjoy and speaking my mind unfiltered versus having to write a script out, having to record some gameplay, having to record a voiceover, and then having to edit it all together and put it on YouTube. It's just so much easier to boot up my stream and start talking. However, after playing the beta this weekend for Black Ops 6, I felt an urge to make a video because I just can't stay quiet anymore and not put my opinion out there where it's gonna linger. I mean, on YouTube, videos linger versus a stream. Most people probably don't watch any of my old streams. At least if I make a video on YouTube, there might show up in somebody's feed and then they might be able to get the word out there a little bit more. But this isn't something that's exactly new news. Everybody probably knows the term skill-based matchmaking by now. It is something that's existed in Call of Duty ever since the very first Call of Duty multiplayer games came out. However, in the last 5 years, the matchmaking has been extremely controversial because of the way it has been for players playing Call of Duty multiplayer. Every game feels like a sweat fest nowadays. It feels like you're competing for a prize without actually earning one at the end of a match. And the worst part about it is, it's in playlists that should be casual and fun to allow people to relax after a long day of work or school or whatever you tend to do during the day. You want to be able to come home and escape the harsh reality of the world with some mind-numbing video games. I mean, that's how I've always played games, but Call of Duty doesn't see it that way. Nowadays, they want to put you in these sweaty lobbies based on statistical data that they acquired on you while you played their game. And because of this, the games feel extra sweaty. It constantly feels like you're competing for prize money when you're not going to get any at all. You're simply just going to get like 2,500 experience, and that's the end of it. And I don't think that's generally worth it. I don't think that's a fair trade-off for the level of competitiveness the matchmaking has. This weekend in the Black Ops 6 beta, every lobby felt like just the same. I'm playing against people who are extremely good at the game, even though the game literally just launched that day. They're all using the same gun because it's statistically the best gun in the game, and above all else, I'm getting completely decimated because of that fact, because I'm not nearly as good as these other players. To prove my point, I decided to load up Modern Warfare 3 and share some stats with you guys, because I'm not ashamed of how I play the game. You can clearly see here in multiplayer, I have a 1.11 and a 0.75 win-loss. My highest kill streak was a 27 when the game first came out and everyone was still learning stuff about this game. And then my highest kill record is 122 because I was playing Shipment 6-stacked. That is literally the only reason I have those two stats being as impressive as they are. The KD ratio and the win-loss are incredibly just casual stats. Those are not anywhere near the levels of some of the pro players like Shotzzy or Scump or Abizi. Their stats are on a whole nother level compared to mine. And the funny fact is, I've played them before. I've queued up for just a random quick play match and suddenly I just see a pro player on the other team. And before you say, well, no, it's probably just a fanboy account. No, I checked their streams. It was them. Believe me. It's just crazy that I'm getting in lobbies like that. And they think this matchmaking is balanced for players like myself. Look, I don't play all day. I start playing video games probably around 6 p.m., 7 at the latest, and only play till like maybe 11 p.m. before I have to go to bed. I just want to relax before I lay my head down and go to sleep to get ready for the next day. I don't want to sweat. I don't want to try my hardest. If I wanted to do that, I go to ranked play. And yes, I do play ranked play with my friends sometimes. Haven't done it lately in the last, 6 months now? But when I did play, I had a 1.0 KD ratio and a 1.3 win-loss because I was playing with my friends. And we have fun and we meld together and we vibe when we play ranked play. However, we do lose a lot of games. You see, we lost as many games almost as much as we won them. There's a difference of 1 game here. My KD ratio, these are average numbers, guys. That's the point I'm trying to make here. And Activision throws me into lobbies with people like, hang on 1 second. I'll show you real quick. Social, right? Recent players, recent lobby. Where's that one guy? Crispy, here. I played this guy in my last free-for-all lobby, man. He's a diamond in Warzone. A platinum in actual ranked play. And then he's a max prestige. Explain to me how somebody with my stats is getting put into lobbies with people like this. Nothing against Crispy, but you want to know something? He's clearly a different caliber player than myself. And I am playing that guy because the game seems to think that's a balanced game. Not only Crispy, but let's take a look at this other guy here that I played. He's a diamond in Warzone, a diamond in ranked play, and a max level. Why am I playing people like this? You guys just saw my stats. How am I being put into lobbies with people like this? It just doesn't make sense. To prove my point even further, hold on one second. Let me show you the Black Ops 6 stat page I just got. This is my stats from the beta this weekend. I had a 1.20, which surprised me for the most part. But that's because mostly when Face Off came out, I was just playing that, camping up in the top corner of the map where you could just rain fire down everybody without them knowing. I have a 0.83 win-loss. My accuracy with my guns is 24%, which is not good. And the highest streak I achieved was 13. Guys, I'm not a good player. I'm not trying to say I'm a shitty player, but I'm not on the level that these matchmaking algorithms are telling the game that I'm at. And I don't get it. I really don't get it. You know, this system is so flawed, and it's not only just because of the lobbies I'm getting into, it's because of the way the block list even works. You know, you'll go to block somebody based on their toxicity towards you or some kind of thing that happened in a previous match. And you would think, okay, well, I don't like this guy. Let me block him so I don't have to deal with him anymore. But skill-based matchmaking overrides that, and you'll constantly get matched with that person, even though it's just something that the game should perceive as, hey, this person blocked this guy. Maybe he doesn't want to play with them for some reason. Then that's BS. Why have a system in place like that if that's going to be the case anyway? You know, Call of Duty's banning people based on chats that the AI picks up, but it can't just keep somebody out of your match because they're on your block list? I don't get it, and I'm never going to understand that. You know, Activision sits there and says, oh, this system makes us more money, and on top of that, you know, we did a test and it showed that more people quit the game when we turned skill-based matchmaking off than when we had it on. I don't know when they conducted this test. I think it was like July, but most people who are on summer vacation, they're going to the shore, they're going to amusement parks. They're not going to sit at home and play video games. The only reason people sit at home and play video games is because there's nothing else to do. When you're home for the summer, you're just like, let's go to some amusement parks. Let's go on some trips. Let's have some fun, live life. If you really wanted to test this system and see how player retention would be, I suggest you try it during the holiday season when you're on break. When everybody's on break but not able to go on vacation, when it's cold, then everyone's inside playing video games because you're nice and warm and you're still having a good time playing video games. And I know I have a point there. So if Activision really wanted to test the system, that's what they would do. You know, most of the people I grew up playing Call of Duty with aren't playing Call of Duty anymore. In fact, the group that I play with now played the Black Ops 6 beta and then didn't want to play it the next day because they were like, nope, game's too sweaty. We can't compete anymore. Players that have been playing your game since the very first multiplayer Call of Duty games have quit because they feel like they're at a disadvantage every time we join a lobby, and we can't do anything about it. So go ahead and tell me that this system's fair when you have people, not only like us, but many, many others dealing with that problem. Okay? That's my rant there, guys. I can't stand the skill-based matchmaking in Black Ops 6. If something's isn't done about it, man, I'm not gonna be playing it. I'm gonna quit. I just don't think I'll be buying next year's game either, just because of how I've been experiencing the beta so far. If magically Activision decides, hey, maybe we tone back the matchmaking a little bit and see how people like it, then maybe, just maybe, I can continue to play Call of Duty for another couple years. But dude, I'm 30 years old, guys. I don't have the time to put into Call of Duty every minute of every day like some people can do. You know, it's not my job to play Call of Duty and make videos and stream. I do this as a hobby because I have fun doing it. Not because I need to do it, you know? I want to be able to have fun like the old days where you just get on Call of Duty and vibe with the boys, you know? Get a couple kill streaks, maybe even grind some camos. That's all most players like myself want to do. We have the stats to support that. But you know what? Call of Duty just doesn't want us to do it, and it's unfair. I hope to God Activision somehow has a change of heart and decides to change the matchmaking, but I'm not holding my breath, okay? Guys, I appreciate you watching this video, but if you haven't, please get the word out there. I even want you guys to try and make your own videos. Try to get your voice out there as well if you don't like skill-based matchmaking. We need to speak our minds, otherwise Call of Duty is just not going to be the same ever again. You know, obviously a lot of people are like, well, it's pretty much, you know, gone now anyway. There's no point. They're never going to change it. Well, at least I didn't stand by now without voicing my opinion while the game just keeps going down this path. So, guys, please, make it known that this system does not work. I've just provided you evidence and why it does not work. So please, for the love of God, we need to change this before it's too late. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys have had the same kind of feelings I've had with Call of Duty, let me know in the comments below. You know, I'm more than willing to talk with people about it. Obviously, if we can make a big enough noise, maybe Activision might change something, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Thank you guys for watching so much, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye-bye.